he would say 1 at the end to turn it into an odd number. Now that, because it included 3 witr, the last 2 and 1 are witr, so it is obvious that he said 8 nawafil. And because most traditions speak of that, so we follow this. But some traditions also mention his having said prayers more than that. Now it is just possible that occasionally, as the time demanded, or when the nights were lengthened out, he might have said prayers beyond 8 rakat. So if some people follow that, there is no harm. But we go by the general practice, the practice which he most often stuck to. And that is, to my best knowledge, 8 rakat plus 2 witr and plus 1 witr. So as far as the rakats are concerned and the time consumed is concerned, this varies from person to person. For 8 rakat of Huzur, almost 2/3 of the night would be consumed. And it is also possible that when he used to do that, before a clear injunction of the Holy Quran told him to take it easy and not to overwork himself, overburden himself, and reduce the number of these rakats. Until then he might have been doing that which you referred to, and later on when he was instructed clearly by Allah to look after his own comfort as well and shouldn't stand all the night, then he might have reduced the number of these rakats. But even then that would take quite a long time. So as far as the time permits part of your question is concerned, if the time permits, you said, I can't answer to that, because the time permits may apply variously to various people. If you are saying your rakat rapidly, the time may permit you to say a rakat, 100 rakat in an hour or so. And when I say that, that's no exaggeration. There used to be an agricultural assistant posted in Rabwa who told me once, in presence of so many people, he was a non-Ahmadi of course, that sometimes he has said 1000 rakat in a night. Imagine. I said 1000? He said yes, 1000, full 1000. So imagine about the speed of that, that prayer. He would be fanning and sending air right and left by saying prayer at that speed. So the prayer should be said meaningfully, purposefully, with your heart in it, with your mind, application of your mind. And if you do that, normally the time available to us for tahajjud doesn't even permit us to say full 8 rakat. We may suffice with 4 or 5 or with 6 or so prior to witr. So I'm really surprised at those who can say 20 rakat in that limited time available to us, and yet consider the prayer to be said properly as it should be said. The most essential is not the number. The most essential is your application of mind and heart and your involvement in the prayer. If that is carried, sometimes you don't even pay heed to the passing time. You are so involved in some prayers that you don't know what's happening to time around. Hazrat Mauli Sherli Sahib, I remember once he visited Ahmadiyya hostel, and he stayed with us for a few days I should say. So at times he was involved in tahajjud prayer and wouldn't know the morning azan call for morning prayer has been made, and he would be late for the morning prayer, and then he had to say his sunnah after the prayer, and that sometimes he would extend beyond the sunrise. And he used to, once he said to us that please tell me, sometimes I'm totally lost, I don't know. I can't keep the count of time. So if I'm closing to I'm nearing the sunrise, because it was forbidden to say any prayer during the sunrise, please let me know. I heard that from him myself. So we used to laugh at this at that time, with love of course, not with mocking. But everybody loved him so much that that was the sort of joke, enjoyed by us. There are certain jokes which are bad, filthy jokes. There are certain jokes which are pious jokes. So this is an example of Ahmadi jokes of those days, So it depends on how you are saying your prayer and how much you are involved in it. To complete the number 20, if that is hanging like a sword over your head, I wonder what sort of prayer would you be saying?
In this prayer connection, can I say a few words regarding? I was living in Mallada Ram Qadian, and in our mahalla, the prayer was very early.
Yes.
So when we missed the prayers, we used to run and say our prayer in
Masjid Mubarak,
with Maulana late Maulana Muhammad Sarwar Shah Sahib. He had a very long prayer.
Because he performed prayer so slowly, it took so long a time that it scared some people and attracted some people who were late, who were sure that they were late. They will not have to say all the prayer behind him, catch only the end part. Once, Raja Muhammad Aslam Sahib, late Raja Muhammad Aslam Sahib, do you know him? Did you know him? Pan? Yes. Raja Muhammad Aslam Sahib was a brilliant young Ahmadi who excelled in his studies and who stood first in his ICS examinations in those days. Who lost his mental balance.
Of Dar Rahmat?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
When he lost his mental balance, despite that he was so clever that sometimes he would bring to shame the most learned and the intelligent people in the society by some clever device of his, some clever, mental exercise. He would conceive certain ways and means to defeat people mentally and to cut them to size and show them, look here, I can still bring you, to so low. Once he did it to Sufi Bisharatul Rahman Sahib in such a clever way that he could not imagine what was happening to him. He went to him one morning after having said the prayer in that mosque, which you said was early, and knocked at his door, and Sufi Sahib was yet asleep. So he said, Sufi Bisharatul Rahman, you haven't yet said your prayer? He said, no, I haven't. He said, all right, Masjid Mubarak prayer is late, so why not try to join that prayer? And you will be still able to say prayer behind an imam. So all right, get ready so quickly and come with me. So Sufi Sahib was taken in, he got prepared very quickly and he walking towards the Masjid Mubarak with him. And as they reached Masjid Mubarak, he said, Sufi Sahib, just wait a minute, I have to say something to Mian Bashir Ahmed Sahib. So he knocked at his door. And when he came out, he said, look here, Mian Sahib, this Bisharatul Rahman has not yet said prayer. And look at the time. The sun is about to rise, and look at this man. Bisharatul Rahman Sahib told me that he was cut to pieces, to smithereens. Because a madman holding a sane person like him, and he was presented to Hazrat Mian Bashir Ahmed Sahib. Look here, this man has not yet said. He was a very intelligent man. Even in his madness, he was quite intelligent. And he was very good at repertory. Once he came and stayed with us in Ahmadiyya hostel. And